What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the TCG Scrubs podcast. And this week we don't have Joey. He did give us a heads up, though, that he would be out of town doing a family trip, which is cool. I think he skied, is what he said.
Yeah.
So there's that. But no, we have this week is just Colin and I. So Colin from Team ARG, how's it going, man?
Oh, you know, it's going.
That's cool. Well, I guess as usual, make sure to visit the links in the description below. They help make a lot of things possible here, such as Happy Little Hug Factory, where you can go and check out the new set coming out soon. You can pre-order that, which is called Awakening of the Ancients, and that's pre-order for $80. And if you're trying to maybe hopefully make that a little bit cheaper in yourself, you can look at their buy list right now and maybe send some cards in, make that a little bit more affordable, and which is really low price as it is, really good deal. And they also have singles for sale, and they should have some older caster stuff, right?
Yeah, and yeah, definitely. If you're looking at pre-ordering the next set, make sure you get that in because both sets in New Valhalla they've sold out of in the pre-order phase, and each one have got they keep getting in more boxes and selling out of those. So make sure you get those in so you're not at the end trying to scramble and figure out what to do there. And I think it's the case of 6 boxes, which is what gets you the playmat and everything as well. So yeah, be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited.
I am too. So
one day we'll get spoilers.
Yeah, it hasn't been delayed. Well, we've seen like a teaser-ish image. I think it was one of the Force of Will European pages update their profile picture with the dragon, and then what was it? Was it Chris Weekly Force of Will? That's his
Force of Will
page.
Updates.
Yeah, that one. He had posted the image saying kind of like a spoiler image is what that was for the new set. Not sure how true that was, but I assume it is. But so we're kind of getting there, a little bit here and there. But,
yeah.
Also, make sure to visit patreon.com/TCG Scrubs, where you can help support us there as well to upgrade some equipment, maybe some microphones here soon, because I know we need some microphones to use with our soundboard that we have.
We need to get a specific type of microphone that works with that, which we want to get before we go to, I believe, it's pretty much for sure that we'll be going to Minnesota, I believe. So we want to get it before that so that we can do some maybe podcasts while we're there, maybe do interviews with people, bring them back to our hotel, wink wink, and do some interviews. So that'd be pretty cool to have.
Visit the link in the description below, and we also do the Patreon podcast, which we record right after this one, as well as some other cool stuff like say deck reviews and just messing around, maybe some giveaways here and there.
Yeah, it's at patreon.com/TCG Scrubs.
Yeah. So jump into the actual main part of the podcast. Still some slow times without what?
Go ahead.
Slow times with no road GPs or competitive events or maybe any actual news popping up, but we did have something show up, and it was in the marketplace, and it's something that Colin caught. What was that, Colin?
Well, you know me. If I see if I'm going through, I was going through the marketplace, and I was like and I saw a post that I'd seen the previous day, and I saw there's what looked like was a big old paragraph explanation from Jeff on value of Japanese cards and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's probably some useful information. So I went to go read that, and I read the replies, and one of his replies to it was his understanding was that V2, which would have been the last set, was going to be the last set for Japan for Force of Will, and they're going to stop selling in Japan, is what it sounded like. I'll pull up the exact quote here.
Yeah, you want to do that.
While you sort of further extrapolate.
Yeah, no, I saw the post too. It said it's the last set in JP, so Japanese, I'm assuming maybe. Because I thought it would make sense if it's just English, because they could still kind of get those cards and play with them. But it also just sounds like they're pulling out of Japan completely.
Yeah, so the exact thing, which I hate the Facebook app so much for Marketplace, where it pulls up all those suggestions and there's no way to minimize it. And you just always accidentally click one of those.
Yeah.
But he said,
You didn't screenshot
basically
it.
said, huh?
I said you didn't screenshot it or anything. Save it to your computer.
No,
Be prepared for the podcast.
Oh, I did screenshot it.
Anything?
I just remembered I did screenshot it, but he said doing the My Will Studio thing, which is what we talked about last week on the podcast, is time consuming. He said, you never know if we end up in the best timeline. Maybe the future still shines bright on his involvement, which I believe he was talking about Force of Will. He said, for the time being, though, my understanding is V2 is now going to be the last set printed in Japanese. Maybe not necessarily distributed in Japan, but printed in the Japanese language, is what that sounded like. To me, at least. Is that how it came across to you, Oscar?
Yeah. I thought it meant, like, there'd be no more Japanese cards. Definitely.
Yeah.
It makes sense if the market wasn't large enough in Japan to begin with, so they weren't selling enough product that warranted printing Japanese cards. Maybe there's a threshold of how much product they actually needed to print, you know?
Yeah, and we've always known that the Japanese market was a little bit smaller for Force of Will. Casters was the one that was really big in Japan compared to other markets, and Force of Will was essentially the reverse of it, which was always very interesting. But we had seen a little bit of this. People worried about this back when the GPs were initially canceled and there was no replacements ever given for them. They're just straight up gotten rid of in Japan. And so people were worried that they were going to be pulling out of Japan for the card game. So it looks like that actually was the intent back then. Not that you follow the Japanese Twitters or anything like that. Has any of this been hinted at or communicated with by the company at all at any point?
No, I haven't seen any players talk about it either.
So the players probably wouldn't know either.
At least they're not discussing on Twitter.
Yeah. And you were saying you haven't seen any pre-orders or anything go up in Japan, in the usual Japanese
Well, I never see
places.
that in the first place. I always just see people with product once they've gotten it.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously that'll be easier to tell once we get closer. And if anyone's in the Japanese area, Japanese market, you can let us know and keep us updated. But I just thought that was interesting. It was kind of pseudo-expected, I feel like. But still unfortunate. But at least, like, what was the thing you had mentioned, Oscar, about that?
What? I don't know.
Oh my God! About the power level of cards.
Oh yeah, I was saying that. So you showed me this Friday night, I think it was, or Saturday night, I don't remember. And so I thought about it for a while, and I was like, if it's Japanese, it's a card game tradition to like that they want to make things really strong because they like very powerful things in sets or very strong like one, card meta type things. Then with pulling out of Japan and being like a market to the rest of the world and understanding the rest of the world, are we not going to see that mentality anymore going forward?
Yeah, I mean no, but like Jeff had said, their mentality is for that, but they just can't use that excuse anymore, essentially. And it is interesting that they're pulling out Japan, but then no longer have the liaison who communicates with everywhere outside of Japan. So, but yeah, it is interesting because they that was one thing that was said way back in the day of like they would base some of their thoughts on power levels and stuff just on their local bubble in Japan, on going to their locals in Japan and tournaments in Japan and stuff like that. And that's just how they would regulate the entire world, is based on what they saw there. And so now that that's not there, I wonder how that'll change and how that information drip will get in there without there being any forms of communication now between them and the outside world. So it's this weird thing where they don't have any influence in the immediate Japan market now that would influence those decisions, but now they also don't have any direct communication outside of Japan to influence it the opposite way. So I feel like they might just continue the current path anyways.
We'll see what happens with all this.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of all we had for the week, huh?
Thanks guys for tuning in.
Well, I mean, thanks for the audio listeners for tuning in, because the rest of this part Colin had an idea for is purely visual. So, one, apologies for last week's podcast and all the issues that we had with it. I didn't realize it's
visually
weird. Yeah, it's a visual glitch where it just kept flashing our logo every like 5 seconds or something weird. It just didn't seem like something I needed to pull down, edit, or export again and then upload all over again. after it had already been up for a while. So just kind of went with it. It was still, if you just listen to it, it was perfectly fine. But this week's will be a little bit more important. I'll make sure to check it out after the export, which again, not sure what happened during that export process. And because Colin had an idea. What was this idea, Colin?
Yeah, also real quick side note, if you guys haven't checked out, be sure to check out the news from this week, because Oscar and I sort of did a special theme for that. And that was kind of fun, and so curious on your guys' feedback on that. But yeah, so my idea was...
we asked during the news if anybody would want to see more of us both doing the news, but nobody said anything, so I'm assuming it's a no. Just keep it going.
No one said anything negative either.
No, but we asked, we exactly asked if you want more of this, let us know, and nobody said they wanted more of it.
Yeah, but also, technically with how the timing is right now, we could do it again, because my idea was we could do that every 2 weeks, and do it like that essentially. And we could potentially do that technically if we wanted to, at least until the news cycle picks up. But yeah, so my idea was based on watching other YouTubers who have done this, of just like I think the main one, this specific idea was from Odd Ones Out, where they basically told each other descriptions of different things, but they told it one attribute at a time and built up, and as the other person just drew it on Microsoft Paint, and then they saw how it was at the end. And then we'll basically, I'll explain something to Oscar, he'll do vice versa. We'll see who had either the closest to the original or just the best drawing, and then go from there, and we'll see how that sort of goes. Neither of us have a drawing pad like people usually do, so we're just going to be using our mouse, so it'll be even more beautiful, and so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, sounds like it'd be pretty fun.
If you guys don't understand what I'm saying, you'll see as we go along here. But who's going to go first?
You. So I'm going to describe a card to you. You're going to draw it, and then we'll just compare it, right?
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'll do it, and then we'll compare it, and then vice versa.
Anyways, okay. So I hope I described this right. So you have a tree.
Am I drawing a tree?
Yeah, draw a tree.
It's a fat tree or skinny tree?
It's kind of fat near the bottom, but thin near the top, with very thick roots that you can see just digging into the ground, like longer feet almost like.
Oh yeah, those are some good roots. Okay. Am I drawing the green on it as well?
No, we're gonna focus on those legs, because those roots, because those are essentially like legs. They kind of like extend into the body type of thing, and then you're gonna have. Oh,
the roots are legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's honestly like each leg has like 20 roots popping out of it type of
thing. Okay. I think I got what you're saying.
And there's two legs, like a normal person.
Oh no, there's 2 legs. Okay. So there's lots of roots coming out of them.
Yeah. Just think about your legs just being made out of roots is how this is supposed to look.
Okay. That's way too late for that, but alright.
And then where the legs meet, it almost makes it like a butt. It's almost weird, like. And then there's 2 eyes, like right above where the legs meet.
Right above the butt?
Yeah. Huh?
Okay. Here, give me 1 sec. Let me just fix something here. It's fine.
Did you mention we're doing Valhalla cards? I forget.
Oh yeah, we're going to do Valhalla cards since we're not too familiar with what those are. And he picked an attribute, and I picked an attribute. That way we don't run the risk of like cross-pollinating and stuff.
So you guys can play this and see if you can figure it out at home. What card Colin's drawing?
Yeah. All right, so there's a butt, and then there's eyes above it. Let me get some nice red eyes.
They're black with white, or they're normal eyes, but okay. And now.
Oh, they were normal.
They're normal. I never even said they're evil eyes. There's eyes above the butt. And
it's fine. It's fine. I figured butt meant evil, but it's fine.
Okay. Now the top portion of the tree is almost like a celery. Yeah, celery stalk, but like a whipping celery stalk. So it's coming in at an angle, like wow.
Like all of it's one angle.
Like it's whipping. It's like if it grabbed somebody, and now it's trying to fling him to the right.
Okay.
Boop, 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 shoop.
Okay, okay.
Now on the right hand side of the tree, like there's like a sword being flung away.
Ooh, I messed this up. It's fine. It's fine. I can fix this. I can fix this. Okay. There's a sword being flung away. Okay. We'll choose black for the handle.
Am I supposed to be able to see what you're doing?
No.
Okay.
You don't see till the end.
Okay. I've been watching you do it. Let me click away.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll be able to see you do it, so.
Yeah. Going back to watching you. Okay. And now on the left side, which where the whipping action was taking place with all the tree parts, that you for some weird reason flipped the entire image over like a...
You told me to the right, so I realized I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, no, you were doing it right, because it's not flinging the sword. The sword was flung out of somebody's hand, because there's somebody in the green. Now in the green,
okay,
draw like an evil-looking, elf-looking dude that's like... Is it what is it that's in Lord of the Rings? Not the orcs, right? Oh, the orcs are the big ones.
Uruk-hai are the big ones. Orcs are small. Goblins are the small
Goblins.
ones.
So it's like a goblin in red clothes, being flung. And he lost one of his shoes.
Okay, he's a goblin in red clothes.
Mm-hmm.
What? Let's do some black line there so we can tell where his pants are.
Best podcast ever, right, guys?
He lost one of his shoes. Hopefully no one's audio listening to this.
We already gave a disclaimer. There's not an audio podcast this week.
He lost his shoe here.
Yeah. And the shoes are red.
All right.
The shoes are red.
God damn it.
I told you he's wearing red. He has white pants, though.
Yo, wow, you guys are all listening to this, right? You're listening to how good Oscar is at explaining. Okay, continue.
Alright, and then just for some like nice pizzazz, like special effects, just draw like swirling green things in the background. Just whoosh. And we're done.
Like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Alright, there it is.
Alright.
What was the name of the card so I can pull it up here?
I'll just post it in chat. It was called Cyclone Tree.
I can't pull up chat because you're full screen. Cyclone Tree?
Okay. Yeah, Cyclone Tree.
Cyclone. Okay. Let me pull this over to here. There it is. Hey, that was pretty close. That's pretty close. Let's get a nice side by side here. Yeah, that's good side by side.
Kind of has.
So he's fleeing the goblin. I see.
Yeah.
I see this sword go. Okay. All right. That was pretty close, I think.
I think so.
All right, now for Oscar's turn here. I got something legit for Oscar since he's good at drawing.
Oh yeah, let's set the expectation up. All right.
So first, we'll draw. It's going to be get the frame built of a big muscular figure coming towards you. You got to click on a brush. That's a pencil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like
big muscular
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do the body. We'll start with the body. So the body is at an angle where it's coming towards you. He's got no shirt on, so he's ripped. He's got some pecs and abs.
I've drawn this earlier, but before this, wasn't it? Like, Ninja Turtle type of.
His right arm is sort of the whole like it's at an angle like really far behind him, like he's reaching backwards almost. That's his left arm.
He's reaching back. He's reaching back. Some foreshortening's happening here.
And it's holding a sword, but it's doing the whole holding it backwards in your hand, like the handle is backwards, like he's holding it behind his back. You know what I'm saying?
Not quite.
Yeah. You got it. You got what I'm saying. His front arm is reaching towards the camera, kind of.
Use a race tool here.
Yeah.
It's reaching what?
Like towards the camera, kind of, not directly at it, but it's coming more towards you. Like he's running at you.
This is definitely something I wasn't ready for, man. So he's reaching for you?
Not reaching for you, but he's running towards you. Yeah. His arm's just like more in front.
Okay.
Both of his hands have a gauntlet. Almost kind of looks like the Infinity Gauntlet. Just more jagged edges on the end of it, but essentially looks like the Infinity Gauntlet.
There's stones. Boop, 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 boop.
No, you're making him too strong, Oscar.
Okay, it's gauntlet type, kind of like it.
Alright, so he's running, so his legs are opposite, where his right leg is coming towards you, left leg is away.
Yeah, you had to pick the hardest thing. I gave you a freaking tree, man. You're like, this guy's
It was an intense tree. It was an intense tree, man. It was super intense.
Right.
His up to his knees have like a similar style gauntlet type thing, but for his feetsies.
How many stones does this have? Make them look like condoms.
Let's say they got and he's got sort of a metal belt that has kind of like a kilt, just a one color kilt that sort of covers him up. It's kind of ripped and jagged.
So he has a metal belt that has a kilt built into it?
It's like he's not wearing pants, he's wearing a kilt, and it's held up by a belt. I don't know how else you would hold a kilt up. It's kind of jagged, a little bit jagged. So his
kilt, the skirt.
No, I said it's plain color, but alright, he could be plaid. So his face, he's so muscular that his face is kind of built into his shoulders a bit. That whole look. And his face is the face of like a wolf. Like it's got the glowy eyes and fangs and a whole bunch of fur, but all the fur is just on his face. Like nowhere else on his body has fur.
He has jagged teeth, you said?
Yeah. He's like werewolf looking with lots of fur and big pointy ears. Nice big pointy ears. It looks like the troll from the first Harry Potter, kind of.
I don't even remember that at all. I don't ever watch that movie.
And as a nice like added effect, after you finish that fur, all the edges of him are just shooting out bits of lightning everywhere. It's lightning. All right. You'll be able because you can see my screen, right? You'll be able to see this.
I don't see the screen's black for me.
Okay. Well, there we go. Guys, this is Thor the White Lightning.
Oh,
it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
First of all, yeah, I assumed some wrong stuff. I assumed too much of like, like straightforward. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to get the base going for you of like, how do I get this pose without like explaining the whole thing off the bat?
Yeah.
But you got there. You got a Scottish like man bear pig.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Oh
man.
So here's mine. We'll put them a little bit side by side real quick so the audience can kind of see.
I'm gonna say desktop.
So this is image. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Image 1. Let's know in the comments this first round who you think was better.
We used colors, so I'm gonna give it to you.
I was gonna give it to you, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll be the good guy and take it. Tree drawing. Say that. Oh, there goes my computer. My computer did not like that.
Cyclone tree. Just call it cyclone tree.
Oh, it's too late. I already saved it. Okay. File save as drawing 2. We'll save a new drawing in case. Alright, so now I am doing another drawing.
Yes, let me... Okay, I got a good one. I got a really good one.
You got a good one?
Yeah, right. I do.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready. Hit me. Hit me good.
So, mentality going into this image. You set yourself up for, like... tentacle porn, okay? So what you need to do is you need to draw a girl, and she's essentially naked, but where the good
so
parts
real quick
are,
pause. I was literally gonna do the exact same thing for you. I was about to pull. I'm looking at one that was exact same description I was about to give you. All right, so girl, hold on. She facing the camera.
So her body is like if she's laying down, and it's essentially facing you. Yeah.
Oh. She's laying down, so she's horizontal.
She's at yeah, kind of.
Here, I'm gonna draw her vertical and then flip the image. Oh yeah, not that that'll help but it'll make it more tolerable. My drawing. She has blonde hair.
Some of it's in her face. Because she's just in distress, like, oh no.
Oh man, she's so emo. Let me draw the rest of her. So you said
her eyes are closed. Like if she's.
I'm gonna assume force of will, so I'm gonna assume this.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, this is gonna turn out great.
And you can see both, like both breasts are there, not like just one of them. You can see both boobs, like pretty big too.
Let me just rotate her. So rotate she's down.
In between the two, like at an angle. That makes sense.
I can't. The paint is not able to do that much.
I like how we have
this is
we're using paint.
No, that's the whole point of it. So you can see both. So we'll draw another one right here. Oh, that's perfect.
They're perfectly symmetrical, like to each other. They're perfect size and are very round, very round.
Oh shit. Okay, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. I know exactly how to do this. Hopefully this doesn't get flagged. Here's what we do. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's from something else. That's from something else. Don't worry about it, guys.
What was that?
Oh, this is great. This has turned out wonderful. So we'll like that. You think like that would be good?
Well, I guess based on angle, that's fine. Yeah, I guess you have a different angle than this card actually is in.
Yeah, we just erase that. Oh, that is perfect. So we just erase this. So put those there.
All right then. Now there's a vine wrapped around, like squeezing them together. That essentially disappears behind her back.
Why force the will? Why? Shook. Shook. Like that. There we go.
I guess. I think it's mostly like it was hugging them from behind. Like if the vine was somebody's arm, it's just scooping up.
Oh, you said squeezing them.
Well, yeah, because it essentially was.
There we go.
They ain't
going nowhere.
For the record, it was a single vine that was very thick vine. These vines are thick.
Oh.
Like you see the two lines you drew? Make it one vine and connect them together, and that's how thick these vines are.
Okay.
Okay, and then The rest of her body, she's very curvy girl. Okay.
Some South Park feet.
And then her ears, it's an elf girl. Looks like she has an elf ear.
But
only the one ear's popping out. Now her eyes and mouth are kind of making like either she's asleep or she's enjoying it face. Very difficult to identify which face she's making. God, it's just looking creepy. What are you making? All right, and there's more vines just kind of crossing over various parts of her body.
Why?
And yeah, throughout the background and behind her in the background. There's like some little round ball-looking things on the vines.
Okay. So do that.
And they're a lighter green.
They're lighter green, so like boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Boop.
And then her body kind of has like a goo on it.
Why, Oscar? Why? What color's the goo?
It looks like it's transparent because it's on her body. And it looks
what? So we need to get like a nice back going. Is this as big as it goes? All right, so it's like, oh no, we got.
Yeah, you gotta draw these sticky goo lines.
Oh, why am I not on my nice custom color? Custom color, please. Oh yeah.
There you go. You got
nice.
it. You know what goo looks like.
Yeah, I do.
Some on her arm. Oh yeah, her arms are like up in the air.
Oh,
Like if they're
why?
resting on them. Well, you drew a girl with no arms. First of all, why?
yeah, I was never instructed to draw arms.
There you go. You got it. And there's goo on those arms. All right, I think you got it. I think we're good. I think this is true.
Okay, what's the card?
Parasite Seed.
Parasite. Oh, that's very okay. So that's the card. Oh, I see. Huh. No flavor text. That's for the best. All right, so we'll compare that to mine. They're pretty close. I think they're pretty close.
I think
so. Okay. Now for Oscar's turn. God date it. Give me 1 sec. I just gotta. I accidentally closed out the window. My computer's having such a hard time.
Imagine mine. Oh, by the way, people, guys, if you're listening, and you ever see my video just get choppy, it's because my computer can barely handle capturing my video, and we're sitting here drawing stuff with Chrome open, so it's probably struggling even harder than normal.
Oh yeah, Chrome does it for him. So Oscar, what we're gonna do here? That one. Give me 1 sec. I gotta pull up something good here. Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna start with, Oscar. In the middle, you want to leave a decent amount of room on the bottom. Okay, when you draw this, but in the middle, you're gonna draw a chalice. It's gonna be like a grail, nice golden theme.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a good idea of what those in general look like, with the nice handle is on them on each of the sides. You got those handles. Not a lot of room left on the bottom, I see.
Oh yeah.
How
do you move it? Can I move it right?
Yeah, you can resize and move it up. And it's going to be full of water. And the water's sort of like spilling out. Kind of. It's got low droplets going around everywhere. And so, and there's water inside the grill as well. And it's got, well, that's not too important. So, under it, towards the left, or towards the right of it, there's going to be a dude who, you're going to draw, let's draw his face first. He's going to be looking up at the grill. The grill is much bigger than him. You don't have to worry about, like, matching to size. So, to the right of the grill a bit.
To the right?
Yeah. He's so his face is sort of looking up at it. His face has a very well-defined jawline as you're drawing that. Very well-defined.
Oh, okay. That looks weird. He's looking up at it.
Yeah, he's looking up at it.
But he's got a very well-defined jawline.
Yeah. And his mouth is open. He's like, ah. And his cheeks and stuff, it's like, are being like sunken, like as if he's being dried up. Like all of anywhere where you think would be sunken is being sucked in. He's wearing a flat, round helmet, like a metal helmet, like an army person would wear. That has little flaps coming down out of it. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know. And he's holding his two arms up in fists, like ah. But he's muscly. He's muscly, but at the same time, his arms are kind of get that drained look as well.
Those are muscles.
Yeah.
Woo, he's happy. There you go.
He's got, just standard armor that shows one of his titties, as you do. To the left is another dude. This dude is looking straight at the camera. Yeah, you made me draw some tentacle porn. This dude's looking straight at the camera. He has two eyes, but they don't have pupils. They're just pure white.
I just did pupils.
I know. That's why.
Okay.
He's same thing. Well-defined jaw, being sunken in. His mouth is open. He's just like ah, and he's got a nose. And his helmet is the ones that have like the thing down the middle that stick up kind of like a mohawk. That style of helmet.
That?
Yeah. He's just like ah. And he's got nice well-defined neck that's being sunk in. I think both of his titties are covered, so he's fine. But he's got some nice abs under the armor. And his arms are just to his side. Pretty chill. He's yelling, but in a very... No, actually, I take that back. His left arm is to his side. Like, he's like, ah. It's built up in a fist. It's actually kind of covering the other dude's titty. That's how far to the side it is.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, you could add some shine going off of that grill. And then that'll be it.
Shine, like,
yeah, just raise. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. So the card is Bless of the Holy Grail. There it is. Look at that wonderful artwork on the original card. Look at that piece of art.
I hate it keeps defaulting to wander for me. Okay. Yep.
I think yours was probably better for that one. Here, let me pull up the side by side so people could see. So this was drawing 2. This is actually kind of hard to do side by side, so I'll do a nice scroll of mine. See, she's doing some nice vines, but then there's our Oscars dudes being like, "Wah!" Oscars dude kind of looks like he's like, "Damn you, Holy Grail!" We'll save this. I think Oscar probably. What do you think, Oscar? You probably win that one.
I'll take this one.
Yeah. So we'll.
All right, number 2.
This is the 3rd round. This is the tiebreaker, and then we'll call it good. So I'm drawing this first one. Let me pull up my pen. There we go.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
I think I'm good to go too. Ooh, am I? Ooh.
Tell me what you want me to do.
Interesting cards from back then. Okay. I think this one's funnier. Okay, ready? Okay.
All right.
Now, this image is going to have a middle ground and a background. Okay.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Now, in the background,
Okay.
you need to take this image. It takes up like a third of the drawing, and it's an old tree. Like, think about that old face tree from Ocarina of Time. It looks like an old man.
tree. Old tree. Like it has a face on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
it's big and thick. It's a thick
so
tree.
he's got like eyes, and he's got some bags under his eyes.
Yeah, and some old man eyebrows and an old man beard. And like just lines. It looks like a human face on a tree.
Oh, he's got a beard. Okay.
Okay, so that's the background. Now below it, in the middle ground.
He has no green leaves.
No, because that's how big he is. You just see the top of his eyes, because it's cut off from that point onwards. So you don't see anything above the eyes.
Okay. Continue.
Now, in the middle ground, which is like in front of him essentially, like right below but in front of him, is this giant pool of water. Sparkling, almost magical looking water. And it comes all the way up to his chest. Like right below his beard, the water starts.
Okay.
And it's just in front of him, not to the side of him. It's almost like this exclusive little pool right in front of him. Like if you want to drink from me, he goes and starts drinking from it type of thing.
Okay. I got you figured.
Now, in the pool, you're gonna have little figures inside of it.
I realize I should have just done this. Okay, continue. In the pool, I'm gonna have figures.
Think about like little trees that look like sticks of butter that aren't rooted to the ground.
What?
So draw a stick of butter that's brown, little tiny stick of butter, and draw and you know what? They're in each corner of the pool, so they're like kind of separate from each other.
Pool has corners.
Yeah, treat like a corner. Okay.
Okay.
And they have little twigs and little arms that come off of them. And they all have, if you ever played any Kirby games, those trees with a shocked looking face, they have that for their face. Like the eyes are just like ovals and the mouth is a matching oval.
Okay.
And one of them's just splashing in the water.
Splash.
And then you know what? Just for added effect, in the background of the tree behind it on the sides, there's just silhouettes of other trees in the background. Yeah, there you go, all the way up. There you go. Alright, I guess you're done.
That was it?
Yeah.
Well, let me add some pizzazz here. Let me just add some pizzazz.
The little sticks of butter dudes are larger and more detailed, so you kind of threw that out when you drew little tiny squares.
You told me sticks of butter. Sticks of butter are not big.
Yeah, I said sticks of
All right,
butter,
what's it called?
and you did little pats of butter. Spring
What?
magic power.
here it is. Whoops. Yeah, I'll make it big. Oh.
See how they're thick little sticks of butter?
First off, way bigger than a stick of butter. Get out of here. I see. Very interesting. Interesting.
I meant
produce
size
a green for each.
for stick of butter, not dimension compared to a tree for stick of butter.
Okay. I think I did pretty good, all things considered. You guys could be the judge.
All right. Final round for me.
All right, Oscar. So, foreground. Bottom, like, fourth is just a red. A big red, like, curved thing. Like, as if there's, like, a red blanket in the foreground. Bottom quarter. Yeah. But it covers the whole thing. Yeah. To the left-hand side, we've got a jewelry box that's kind of at an angle. It's kind of at an angle. Like, we can't.
On the red?
Yeah, it's on the red.
Is it an angle?
It's above the red, though. It's above the red, but on it. I could see you like, oh boy. Yeah, there we go. And it's nice. It's pretty. You know, it's got gold. It's a red box with gold trim. It's nice and pretty.
It's a red box.
Yeah, red box with gold trim. It has no lid. No lid. I was about to say that's not going to work, Oscar.
No, I already did that once. All right, listen, it's fine. It's that, and it had gold trim.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just filled to the brim of, like, jewels. Like, think of panda gems, just different color panda gems, just overflowing from it. Not overflowing, but a giant stack in it.
Inside of it?
Big old giant stack. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, to the right, and this is the majority of the scene, draw a nice, big glass globe, almost.
All right, it worked. All right. Glass globe to the right of it?
Yeah, big, round, no, big, takes up majority of the thing. Yeah, that's perfect. Top of this thing has like a gold handle, kind of like an ornament. You know how ornaments have the handle and then the stuff that holds on to the ornament. Yeah. Kitty, no, kitty. So inside the globe, you're gonna draw a face that's like kind of at an angle, and like, but the eyes are looking at us, but its chin is away from us. So, top of the head is closer, chin is away.
Okay.
It's female in structure with green hair. It's kind of got some curls in it, and it just sort of fills out that entire bowl. That entire head fills out the whole bowl.
Wait, the rest of the hair fills up the bowl?
The whole head fills out the bowl.
I can't even draw straight because it made me laugh. It has curls in it, right?
Yeah, there's some curls. It's not curly hair, it just has curls in it. And then there's sort of just like some, maybe like snow and stuff floating around the head. And there is a face, it's not just floating eyes and a mouth.
Well, you just described a face, not a head.
I specifically said the chin is away. Some snow around
This is some snow. It's lavender snow.
Okay. And I can't tell. I'm just gonna say she's kind of looking at a salt shaker that's on the red table. That's what it looks like to me. It's not, but that's what it looks like. So that's where her eyeballs are looking. Okay. Maybe not exactly a salt shaker, but
Hold on, let me draw the eyes on my lap. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. There.
yeah. And there's some light rays coming in from the left side, shining in. That's it. So, here's the card.
What's it called?
It's called Head of Mimir. Mimir. You know, it's around there. It's in the
You should have said the
ballpark.
box was open, not the box. There was a.
I said there was no lid. I said there was no
Okay, I
lid.
remember focusing on the fact that it was in the bread, and I had to get out of the red.
Oh god.
This is a little tough because, like, while a lot of these are like images you've never seen before, you gotta remember I built a lot of Epic Stories decks, so like a lot of these cards, I'm like, oh, I vaguely remember this as I'm drawing them.
Obviously not.
I'm trying to
It's,
help out too, man.
You should get the comparison here. So here's what I drew. Here's Oscar's. Let's know. So this is picture number 3. Let's know what you guys think. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. What do you think, Oscar? I like the jewelry box.
We'll leave it to everybody.
Nice.
If whoever's left watching,
Whoever's left watching.
yeah, you let us know who won it in the end. We'll say it was a tie. Go into game 3. You guys picked the winner. If more than you even say who y'all picked, then I'd be surprised that many made it to the end. And we'll count the points and see who won.
And we'll pin the comment.
yeah, we'll pin that comment.
The win. All right.
But,
thanks for that interesting episode.
Yeah. Thanks for
let us know what you guys think.
On a slow week, and I'm sure Joey will be back next week. And if you want to see us do this again at all, maybe we'll consider it with Joey too. It'd be pretty interesting. But all right, we'll see y'all next time. Bye.